right, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? It's Monday morning. Got a fresh week. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I definitely had a good weekend. I got a lot of rest over the weekend. Made some progress. All I'm gonna say is be ready for June 19th. It's going down June 19th. Just be on the lookout for June 19th. Mark that on your calendar. It is about to go down on June 19th. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Just checking my levels, making sure everything is good to go. Go ahead and get that pre-market insight. Let's go ahead and look at our calendar. Today we don't have anything significant scheduled. Tomorrow we have CB consumer confidence and new home sales. Wednesday we got crude oil inventories. Thursday, core durable goods, GDP, initial jobless claims, and the pending home sales. And then Friday, nothing again. So pretty much just a normal week for our, economic events, our macroeconomics. Go ahead and look at the power range report. Good morning, Mrs. Williams. All right, so for the NQ future sessions power range, we got a high of 13,393.75 with a low of 13,356.25. When I posted this, the sentiment was long, and it still is. We'll get to that in a minute. I just took a glance at the chart. We're up 0.63% with a volume of 63K and an ATR of 257.92. All right, let's go ahead and look at that. What I posted last night. So looking at the daily, we've been bullish for the entire session, but we still haven't broken resistance up here. Just looking at the structure. Also, we got our moving averages, which is the moving averages pretty much just shows us time-based support and resistance, from historical information. So we still have yet to break that resistance. Looks like we got a cross forming here, so we'll see what I gave this a grade of short. Of course, the market can do what it wants to do, and that's only a prediction. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen. I have been known to be wrong or to be wrong in my predictions, so just take that with a grain of salt. But just looking at the technical analysis here, or the technical information, we still have some resistance to fight through, and we can definitely go lower. All right, so that's from a daily perspective, and we can look at it from, actually I prefer the 3-minute personally. I get more information. Just out that we gapped down over the weekend, but we quickly recovered that, and we've pretty much been trading bullish ever since. We had this little area of consolidation here, building the position to take us higher into this resistance. There's a lot of structural resistance up here. Also, if we go over here and look at my Sierra chart information, we got a key level up here that we got close to, and we're looking, we're turning around at this moment. So we'll see how we open up and how the rest of the session goes. As of right now, we're bullish for the power range, so any position that I would be looking to take would be long, just following the strategy. All right, at this moment, we'll see what happens within the next 10-15 minutes. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the market. ES pretty much did the same thing, gap down, quick recovery, a little bit of consolidation, and popped higher around, broke that resistance around 3:12 a.m. Eastern time, and just been slowly grinding higher. On the daily, we still got this pretty much the same picture. We got a little resistance there. I don't put a whole lot of moving averages on my daily chart, so it's not a lot to see there, but we do have some resistance that we have to break through. All right. take a peek at the crude. See what it's up to this morning. Almost the same kind of action. We didn't necessarily gap down, but it traded bearish at the open and quickly recovered that, and it's been trading bullish all session. Got a little bit of period of consolidation here from the European session. And we broke support on the daily. Got some, a little fight on the downside, but there is some room to run if it wants to just take off. All right. Just taking a look at gold. So gold has been, from what I've seen over the last few days, gold has been trading in these wide ranges, and is continuing that this morning. Before the New York Stock Exchange opened, we just got this super wide range that we're trading within, so it's really neutral. But on a daily, it has been slowly grinding higher. So we had this nice little double bottom down there where we were trading within this, short period of consolidation. Popped out of there, and we've been, gold has been just making its way, stepping its way higher, breaking through all this resistance over here. All right, so real quick little peek at that, and then the euro currency, pretty much following the same path as crude. Had this wild, pretty sure this is an economic event right here, or something that had to do with Europe or whatever. Some sort of event had to happen right here. We had this strong sell-off back into the PR50, but then bounced right back higher. And we've been consolidating leading into the bell. All right, just gonna take a quick look at the Russell. See, it should be in line with ES and NQ, which it is. A little bit more consolidation since 3 a.m. Eastern time. And Russell has definitely been consolidating on the daily. We've just been trading within this range. Probably make a balance zone out of that. And then the Dow, same story. Just trading side. Had a nice, it did a nice little gap down, recovered from that, popped higher, and then it's been trading sideways the entire session. On the daily, looks similar to ES. So it should be an interesting week, if not an interesting day. We'll see how the rest of the day turns out. Let me go through my checklist, make sure I'm ready to go. Get my Leeloo chart focused and out of sim mode. I think I'm feeling a little wake up groove this morning with my music. Got about a little less than 3 minutes to the bell. Get this pre-market snapshot in. How did that get out of scale is beyond me. When I do the checklist, remind myself that the only goal is to trade the strategy to perfection and always be seeing the big picture. Of course, it is a Monday, so I gotta usually have a tighter trading window that I have to trade in because of things that I have to do on my Mondays. I definitely got to stay true to that rule that I have with no trades after 10:15. It'll actually be a little earlier today. Hopefully we get something good. We got some strong sell-off at the open. Where is my Delta board? It would be nice if we get back and trade back to this key level here. Was that 460? Alright, we're hitting our head against that key level. I'm just gonna wait and see how we react to that level. Watching the price action. Whole heap of green on our Delta board. Definitely got some sellers sitting up there. I'll make my decision depending on how this closes. Alright, so I went in one long. little battle going on right there. So far it's looking decent, not great. We do expect some selling up here at this level, and this market hasn't been crazy about, you know, breakouts. I don't know, I can't see the chat right here on this computer. Got ourselves in a little bit of a battle zone right here. I do like that micro pullback. Looking at the VP. Just looking at the price action and everything to see how patient I want to be with this trade. Get that out the way. I don't think I took my screenshot. Trying to set everything up. Okay, that looks good. Put that in later. Trying to think of how I want to word it. So still holding that position, just letting it play out. So far, it still looks pretty good to keep at least climbing higher a little bit. Should have hit my break-even trigger already, so I'm gonna have to look and see what's going on with that. I think I got it at 75, but we can go ahead and place a manual. Just from the eye test, make a manual adjustment. With how it traded right there, it shouldn't fail at this point. So if it does, then we know we're wrong. So if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to go ahead and take the break even on being wrong. It's no need, if you got a chance to take a winner when you know you're wrong, it's just best to go ahead and take that winner instead of taking a loss knowing that you're wrong. Even if it's a small winner. It's that cliche, no one ever blew out an account taking wins or something like that. It's not really true, but yeah, along that sentiment. I don't know why I can't see my chat. As if I pop it out. There we go. sure I need to restart my computer. It's been a while. Alright, so far we're looking pretty good. I got my target above a few points below the next key level. At 593. We are running into a power range level where I do expect some resistance. Because I got it, if I would have taken this with more than one contract. So since I'm not, a crazy believer in taking breakouts in these current market conditions, which is, I think Friday was a good breakout day if I remember correctly. And then today is the last winning trade, I believe, was a breakout. But anyway, getting back to the point, I'm taking breakouts right now only if the setup looks really good, but I'm only going to take it on one contract with with a setup to load into it if it goes against me. Because what I have been witnessing pretty much since like February or March is the market has been, well, NQ anyway, has been showing a lot of false breakouts. Well, it's not necessarily false breakouts. It'll break and then it'll trade in a range, maybe pull back a little bit before we get that rubber band effect and we trade higher. And that's why I've been mostly looking for pullbacks. But when you got momentum coming in, it's not a bad idea to just take the break light. I take it super light. And I forgot to switch the screen over again. When I get time, I want to figure out a setup to where I have a little bit more video processing power. And I can always be screen recording both screens, because I want to be able to screen record both screens and so that I don't miss anything with what I'm doing. It's trying to switch back and forth. As we can see, I forget to switch the monitor. As we can see, I took the breakout here. I actually put this in as a buy limit. So I think before, it had to. So before I got the order in, it traded a little bit above where I was trying to take the break. But I had that nice quick little pullback that pretty much filled me instantly. And then, I just waited it out and just let it ride. So I'm a little aggressive with my break even. I'm actually thinking about moving it up a little bit more. That thought quickly became an action. And we got my target right up there. Now what I like about me taking this trade is I I just, trusted myself, and I trusted the strategy, and I trusted the process. I didn't even, now that I'm, thinking back on it, I just saw it and it looked good. And then, I had everything, I saw it in both directions. So a lot of times I've been trigger shy ever since the major loss I took back in January. I've been a little trigger shy. I've been thinking too much and overthinking the trades, but on this one I didn't do that. So I feel like it's a little bit of improvement for myself. And there's a fine line. I didn't just, it could be where I just not even thinking about what I'm doing and just letting those that move the market, trigger me into something that's not necessarily a good trade. One of those trades where it looks good in the moment, so you think, and then when you go back and look at it, it turns into those "what was I thinking" trades. So, as a perfect, you got to kind of balance that out, and really how you do that is with springtime and practice, so that you get used to seeing your setups and you can see them quickly, and it just becomes second nature, just like an athlete, training training in whatever sport that they play in. So like with a basketball player, they take, hundreds of shots every day, so that they don't have to think about, how their form, and they got their elbow tucked in, in the right location, and they're holding the ball correctly. It just becomes second nature that once they start doing it so much. So trading is the same thing. The more you do it, the more it'll become second nature to you, and you don't have to. It doesn't take as much effort or time to see the setups that you can best take advantage of. Alright, so with this price action, I'm gonna go ahead and be really just looking at the price action. Be aggressive with that break even. Also keeping in mind I do have a tight trading window today, so time is an influence. I'm not gonna just flatten the position. I'm just gonna let it play out however I got it, my break even and my target. Because at this point I could just walk away from the desk and it wouldn't even matter. But saying that, let me go ahead and, just in case that has to happen, and remove these other orders down there. ES is looking interesting. It's been nice little slow grind, and we're getting some selling coming in right now. A lot of positive delta for the NQ, and even on the cumulative side of the game. That word sounds weird, cumulative. Let me see what I'm trying to do. So looking at the daily, I'm gonna have to switch it up. But we are hitting our head against some some of that resistance that I talked about at the beginning of the stream, as we can see in the price action. So these next couple of minutes are going to be pivotal, no pun intended, to what's possible from here. Do we continue trading higher beyond this session high that we created over the last, 9 minutes or 15 minutes? Or do we turn around? I'm hoping we get a nice little break into some new session highs, trade right into my target, and then it can do whatever it wants from there. Personally, all I care about is it hitting 593. That's it. If it hits 593, I don't care what it does for the rest of the day. I'll just come back and get some more tomorrow. Honestly, at this point, I don't care what. It can go either way. I'm positive in the position, so. But of course, I would definitely prefer for it to hit 593. We're just consolidating within this battle zone. People would call that last 3-minute candle some indecision. However, the trading that created that candle, market makers are not indecisive at all. So if you think about how the market works, we don't necessarily. So let me see, how can I put this? So you have retail traders, and then you have the institutions and blah, blah, blah. We know the participants, right? So we don't necessarily trade with each other. We send our orders to our brokers. We send it to the market makers, and the market makers make decisions on how orders get, matched up and paired with each other. So, I think the overall sentiment between, especially with retail traders, is that we kind of trade with each other like it's crypto before everybody started being interested in crypto. Which is, if we didn't have the market maker, it's kind of a good and a bad thing. The markets would be either stale or wild, because I'm not gonna get too deep down this rabbit hole, but it just wouldn't trade the same way that it trades right now, which gives you your patterns. The fact that you can see that there's patterns, that you can see that there's one entity that's in between all the buying and the selling. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. Just let that one marinate in your spirit, on your mind, while we wait for this price action to do something other than hang out in this little tight range. And I don't get too deep on these topics because I want to keep the focus on the charts and not other things. Specifically, my focus on the chart. I don't want to get too far away. I get deep in my thoughts, and then I just forget start talking and forget what I'm doing, what I'm here to do, which is actually trade. And I talk about theory. That can be another topic for another video. All right, I like the way that candle pair is set up. So hopefully we see a break out of this inside candle setup that we got. Still don't have the energy that'll really take us anywhere. Come on, just break. Like, you know you want to go higher, just go up there. Also, as a reminder, disclaimer, whatever I do not give trading advice in terms of, you know, how you should trade your account. So I would highly advise, if I say something like, you know, I want price to trade higher, it should trade higher, that doesn't mean that it's going to trade higher. So, you know, don't take my advice in terms of, or don't take my words as a trigger for you to take a trade. You should be trading from within and trading the setups that look the best to you, not following what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to say, I'm going to speak on what I see from both directions, and doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to take a trade in either direction. I'm just going to speak on, you know, the way, you know, the possibilities that I see from either, you know, either a long position or a short position, or, you know, just nothing, and everything in between. So, all that to say, do not trade based off of what I say. You're a better trader than me anyway, so trust yourself. I might have to put that down somewhere. I like that. I know what happened to my sticky notes. Alright, we just still chopping around. Not doing a whole lot. You can probably tell this is a price action that the kind of price action that I do not like, that I like the least. Go ahead and keep everything as is. I don't have anything to change or adjust. So if we do make it up there, since 1600 is a whole number, plus we have a balance level up there, we can definitely expect some resistance at 600. So I want to take my profits before we even get to that point, because they can definitely front run it. So I want to front run the front runner, if that makes sense. All right, there we go. Come on, push on up there. That's what I need to see. A little bit higher. We sat beautifully on that. What is this? Oops. Okay, PR plus 5. The price is sitting right on that power range level. And now we're trading in the outer space on our way to the moon. Let's see if we can actually get there. And it's teasing my target. At this point I go ahead and move this break even up ever so slightly. Almost. Come on, there you go. Definitely the sound that I like to hear. Go ahead and put that in there. I'm gonna update this later. So from here, I personally don't care what it does. It can do whatever it wants to do from here. That is my one and only trade for the day. Definitely don't want to over trade, even if I did have all day to trade. Even if I had the whole day that, just I ain't have to do anything but trade, I still wouldn't trade after, after a successful trade like that. Because I'm not gonna, I don't treat the market like a job where I have to be here from this time to that time, and if I'm not trading, then I'm not doing my job. Nah, that's not how I approach trading. I don't think that's, trading like a business. I come here to follow my strategy and follow my plan, and then, try to make some money within all of that. And if that happens within the first 10 minutes, 30 minutes, if it takes me 2 hours to do it, whenever that happens, then I'm done for the day. And I just come back tomorrow and we can do it all over again. But I don't have to just, keep trading just because the market is open. I think I got a video while talking about trading as a business versus a job. I see that a lot with, a lot of traders where they're just, it's like they're trading based off of, they're treating it like a job. And they're trading like they have to be doing something between these hours. Even though they made a lot of money, they keep trading and they end up giving it, giving all of it or most of it away because they just overstayed their welcome. So that's not how we want to trade. We want to do what we came here to do. Once that works out for you, and then stop trading for the day, go do something else. Go work on something, go exercise, go watch your favorite TV show or movie. Do anything other than give your money back that you worked hard to make from the market. Go take a nap, do anything. It doesn't matter what you do, just don't give your money away when you don't have to. You're gonna take losses, that's part of the game, but over trading is not the way that you want to do it. So I think I beat that horse dead enough. All right, so we're starting to see that resistance. This is why I didn't want to have 600 as my target, because I knew we was going to see, well, it was highly probable that we were going to see some selling come in before we actually make it to that whole number and that balance level. It's, you know, other people that are trading, they also are going to want to take profits. If they got in down here, or you know, where I got in, and they have this as a target, you know, smart money is going to, you know, take their profit before we actually get there, knowing that it's highly likely that we can get here. I'm not going to wait to get to that level. I'm going to take my profit before we get to that level, just to increase my chances of getting the most that I can out the trade. You know, that's not being, to avoid from being greedy. You know, if I'm holding this in, if I got multiple contracts trading it this way, I couldn't take most of it here and then like just leave, you know, a runner on just in case it continues to go higher. But the bulk of the position is going to be taken before we get to where I see the next possible target being. All right, and so in the interest of time, and since I've already done what I've already taken care of my trading business, I'm going to go ahead and close the shop for the day. I appreciate everybody for coming through, trading with me, hearing me talk my nonsense, and all that good stuff. Hope everybody have a good rest of the day. Hope you find some good trades out there if you haven't already. And if you have found some good trades, and if you took that same position right there, I would highly advise. The only thing, you know, I don't advise a lot, but I would highly advise to just let that be the, you know, the trade for your day and go do something else like I'm about to go do. And with all that being said, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Trade it easy.